and welcome to Lviv. Today, I'm going to give you a walking tour, albeit virtually, of the city center and talk you through a little bit about. I have to give you a big warning. It's been torrential rain today on and off. We're lucky enough that right this very second it's holding off, but no promises. And if we have to run in quick or this gets very bumpy because of an umbrella, you know what's going on. I'm starting, you see, the museum, the Opera House, probably the very most famous building or attraction you can see in Lviv. And at night, okay, now I'm going to switch you around. At night, all of these become a colored fountain that changes colors. They stretch all the way from the building up to here. So it's really very beautiful, especially in the evenings. So almost all the roads here in Lviv, especially in the center, are cobblestones. I think they're gorgeous, but if you ask any of the drivers, they absolutely hate them. They're very tough on your car, on your wheels, and everything else. It's fun to talk to the taxi cabs about that. This is the art museum, and if you look in our YouTube videos, we were lucky enough, myself and Ramon Tigby had a tour with the director there. And she explained the artwork and talked us through the exposition that was going on at the time. So that was a lot of fun. If you've watched other of my videos, oops, I have to zoom in. Forgive me. All right, see the she coffee? Okay, probably for the major part of my life, I thought she coffee was some feminist, led by, a bunch of women owners speaking up for females in business, selling coffee. Well, it turns out that in Ukrainian, every word has a gender, like in German. In English, we don't have genders of nouns. And coffee is a she. So this is actually saying the coffee, if you will, and translating that coffee is a she. So I was deeply disappointed, and I like my explanation far better, but so it is. And I'm going to span out. See, the buildings here are very historical. The architecture is what they call an Austrian style. Many of the architects came from Austria, hence the name. And except for some of the new ones that are a bit trendy, if you will. At night, they have street music here, sometimes during the day, but not on days when it's pouring rain. And take a look. They see the KFC? When you come to pick up your child, please, please, please venture in your culinary exploration beyond Western McDonald's and KFC. There is so much amazing food to try here from all nationalities, but you should also try Ukrainian. And they've almost co-opted Georgian food, which is very meat-based and amazing breads with cheese in them. Very fresh salads. So a trip here is not complete without that. So here we have some further statues. If you've seen all my other videos, I have a son who is 21, and hence you could probably get the joke there. There are many, many churches in Lviv. Lviv has both Catholic and Orthodox. And they celebrate the new calendar, but of Catholic holidays or Christian holidays. So their Easter is generally like a week after ours. Here's a better view. Whoops. There we go. Now it doesn't look so phallic. So there's been a lot of new trends I've noticed in the few days since I've gotten here. They have a lot of modern art installations throughout the city. Many, many, many outdoor cafes. Problems with parking. There's so many pedestrian-only streets that it becomes really, really difficult to find parking. Oh, a funny story about this little store. Okay, there's, where are we gonna go? There, see this little store here? It sells drinks and snacks. I was in there videoing so that I could show like the things that are available in a small like corner grocery. And the owner came out and said, you can't film because this is a strategic object and it might be targeted. Okay, now, but really? So, interesting, but where is it? There it is. But I highly, highly doubt that this is going to be targeted by anyone, even lines, in the next few years. So we're going to turn the corner and come into the very, very heart of the city. Oh, before that, I want to show you this church. Oh, look, they have in the courtyard, you see, all the way through. I will just take a look. But before we go in, oh man, I'm going to be able to give you really not so good a view. There is this really huge church that I am getting a terrible view of. And this church is where they always have weddings. Oh my goodness, this is... So we'll just get the bottom so that it like looks normal. And if you come here, probably any day that it is not rainy, you see weddings. And it's not necessary that they all conduct their services here, but they come and take pictures. So you'll see photographers and gorgeous wedding gowns. Lviv is a city of coffee and a city of weddings. People come from all over the country to take pictures in their beautiful streets amidst the gorgeous architecture. So I've been in a number of these little cafes. So outside, you have a lot of little outside cafes. And even with the weather, there's a lot of people enjoying the outside. And so not all of them are coffee. They have a big beer following in Ukraine. There we go. There's a lot of breweries. It's become super popular. So we're leaving the courtyard. And entering Market Square. And that is the part of the old city. And you can climb up to the top and look out. It's not so bad a climb. And it is indeed a perfect square. They've covered statues on each corner because of the war, and it's actually made it a little harder. They were really my guiding posts in terms of which corner I was at. So now I have to be a little bit more aware. This is a lovely restaurant in the middle. It specializes in teas, and they have like several layers of food, several tiers of food, if you will, for each of the meals. Oh, here's a picture. So this is a one of their breakfast menus, but they have them for multiple menus for all the different meals. This Anastasia is a store that makes clothing here, designs and makes clothing here in Ukraine, and most of the profits go to the army. You see their army sign right there. It's another gorgeous church down at the bottom. And you can see how crowded this is. Well, the rain has let up a little, but even on a pretty overcast, not exactly gorgeous day. I went out in the morning, I ran, I was so proud, 2 miles in a little circle. But as soon as I got in the door, it completely rained, poured, cats and dogs, as they would say. So it was pretty rough. Some beautiful flowers. Over the years, they've grown upwards, so the cafes on the first floor, they now are doing on the second floor as well. And this is another growing trend, oysters and bubbles. There's a lot of cafes offering mussels, offering champagne and oysters, and sometimes just oysters. I love this when they're renovating a building, like at the end. That building on the very end here is just covered with a cloth. So it's actually still under renovation. Some of the others aren't done so well. There's one on the left that is much more typical of what we see, covered with a green cloth. This is Lviv croissant, and Lviv croissant has taken over all of Ukraine. They started, of course, just with basic croissants, and now they've branched into every kind of sandwich you can possibly think of with a croissant. They smush them, they fill them, everything. The one fun thing to know about them is that I believe this kind of chain little thing is probably the best coffee of all the coffee I've had in Lviv. And that says a lot because they have gourmet coffee everywhere. The other thing is they love, all Ukraine seems to be completely enamored with Philadelphia cream cheese. They just call it Philadelphia cheese, and it's in everything. And Lviv croissant was kind of on the cutting edge of the cream cheese wave. So there's an awful lot of cream cheese in almost everything they make. You can see at the end, there's yet another church. I'd love to take you in, but it is considered rude to be filming in the churches, so I don't want to do that. This is actually their museum of the post office. On the square also, they have a lot of museums. This one here under reconstruction also is a museum. I've been in that. It's really fun. Most of them have historical floors, delicate parquet. And so they give you felt like booties to put on as you go in and wander around the museums so you don't endanger the floors. Oh, this place is really fun. It looked so touristy that I never went in. And finally, we went there. It's really a meat and beer place. So we finally went in, and guess what? The meat and the beer is fantastic. So it was well worth the trip. In the summer, they put out, on good days in the summer, they put out a piano often. You can just go and play. And again, you can see how crowded it is. And I'm working off of Wi-Fi. A lot of the public spaces here have free Wi-Fi. Here's yet another museum. I am not sure what this is. This is paintings. Can you see? They have it in English as well. Oh, yeah. So this place is also taken over Ukraine. It started in Lviv. It's a kind of cherry liquor, and it is deceptively powerful. Oh, here comes the tram. That was your master and margarita moment. But it's absolutely delicious. And they come in lots and lots of different flavors. They have the little tourist train. I want to get out of the way of the tram. Souvenirs. They're very, very big on chocolate here as well. So Lviv has many, many exciting things to offer. Also has one of the best birth hospitals, too. The best birth hospitals in all of Ukraine. So I hope this has given you a little peek into what's available. And what it looks like to actually be here, despite the rain. It's traditional Ukrainian clothing. So if you have any questions about what you see, what anything is, what you can find and what you can't find, which is almost everything. Trying to think. I've been going shopping and I can't think of anything I have not been able to find. So from Market Square in Lviv, I wish you farewell until we see you again.